Our Greater Accra Regional Minister is speaking at the launch of the Clean Your Frontage bylaw. Let's take you live there.
Both yam and tomato sellers. Phase 3 will involve moving, in quotes, what we know as Sodom and Gomorrah settlers. We intend to move all bulk-breaking businesses to other places within and outside the CBD. As part of fulfilling the requests by Boso Spare Part Dealers Association, the RCC is engaging the association to relocate to Afienya under the Industrial Enclave and Urban Renewable Projects. And on behalf of the association, the RCC, through the Lands Commission, has requested for the allocation of 1,000 acres of land, which will be developed into an automobile hub. Going forward then, automobile services and other marketing value chain will be restricted to the automobile hub. We have cleared traders on the streets along the Medina Zongo Junction to ensure free flow of traffic and urban mobility. We have also saved lives by assisting pedestrians to utilize the overheads. We have also cleared traders from the median along the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue to facilitate greening of the median and enhance flow of traffic. We have cleared scrap dealers from the back of Baye Manco store to reduce silting on the major outdoor drains and allow MS Dredge Masters to carry on with their work. We have moved the computer waste dealers from Nagbokloshi Enclave. It will be recalled that their concentration earned Ghana the enviable accolade in Wikipedia as the dirtiest and most toxic enclave in the world. I would like to take this opportunity to call on the relevant agencies to take steps to apply to Wikipedia to revise the notes on Nagbokloshi. Mr. President, it is not by accident that Accra has not suffered any serious flooding, even though the recent heavy downpours, but it is rather by the cumulative effects of deliberate interventions led by your good self. The next major intervention that we plan to tackle is in the area of sanitation, which we have christened, ladies and gentlemen, that Mr. President will very soon outdoor Operation Clean Your Frontage. It is said that cleanliness is next to godliness. Statistics also shows that Ghanaians are largely educated, exposed, and mainly religious. Hence, cleanliness should not pose much challenge to the majority of Ghanaians at all. Again, considering that sanitation and cleanliness is related to health, it is imperative that this is tackled with all the seriousness to resolve various health challenges. It is in this vein that the Regional Coordinating Council is launching being assisted by the President of the Republic of Ghana to launch the Operation Clean Your Frontage agenda. The necessary bylaws, Mr. President, have been passed by all the 29 MMDAs. And Mr. President, I must put on record that during the consultations and engagements, all the 34 parliamentary or members of parliament of the Greater Accra region, once again, sat through and looked at the clauses one by one. This is a matter of Greater Accra, Adnangbe. There is no politics in this. The Regional Coordinating Council has proved them, and the bylaws have duly been gazetted. The gravamen of the bylaw is that every house owner, respectfully, Mr. President, I repeat, every house owner, occupier, trader, a business and institutions has a responsibility to ensure that the frontage of their premises are indeed, their immediate surroundings are clean. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the process of recruiting over 3,500 youth, and Mr. President, just a few are what you see before you, who will be undergoing training to form the city response team, just like in the city guards, to help in the implementation and policing of the agenda. Indeed, all members of team have been drawn and deployed from the various MMDAs. Thus, the RCC is generating employment for the teeming youth of Ghana. These officers will be trained and properly structured under the supervisors who will be retired military officers. They will be given the required resources to deliver, and we expect them to exhibit normal military discipline in all their activities. The city response team will police every vicinity and major intersections in Accra. Distinguished invited guests, we are putting up concrete waste bins along all major roads in the city. We are piloting this along major roads in the city, starting from Ayimensa to Novotel and KIPC to the Independence Square. All the bins will be lined, and sanitation service providers are expected to regularly dislodge the bins. Masayas Zoomline is collaborating with the RCC together with other waste management companies to provide these bins. They will also provide 58, the President saw some of them, compactors, for which every MMD gets at least one. The more populated and expansive ones will get more. Mr. Zoomlion will provide over 1,000 containerized tricycles for all MMDAs. All the tricycles will be registered by DVLA, given special identification numbers, embossed with a logo of the relevant MMDA, and made to work within a particular MMDA. In addition, transfer stations are to be established in all MMDAs, which should facilitate expeditious waste collection and disposal. Assemblies that are yet to submit their locations must do so without fail by close of next week. Commercial vehicles will be expected to provide bins in their vehicles to stop passengers from throwing rubbish out of the windows. Rubbish collection in Accra is going digital. We have established, or rather we will establish call centers with free toll lines to receive calls, complaints from sanitation informants. Indeed, we are engaging the Attorney General to find a way to include community services and the sentencing regime to ensure that we do not congest the courts with sanitation issues. We are offering 2 months, or rather 3 months, moratorium for public education and mass sensitization after the project launch. Full operations, therefore, takes effect by the 1st of February 2022. Mr. President, we are making concerted efforts to green and to beautify Accra. The Regional Coordinating Council is partnering Messrs. Mullen Law and Jandel Parks and Gardens, Forestry Commission, and the Regional Coordinating Council for the greening and beautification of open and public spaces within the city. We are starting with the major streets and roundabouts as iconic areas in Accra. Some of these are from Ayimensa to reach roundabouts to the back of Novotel. From Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center to Accra Sports Stadium, Independence Square, AU Runabouts, Reach Runabouts, Dankwa Circle, Akufo-Addo Runabouts, etc., etc. Ladies and gentlemen, tricycles are causing a lot of nuisance on our highways. And in furtherance of the Motor Traffic Regulations LI 2180, and in line with our strategy, all tricycles, popularly known as Aboboya, will be restricted from using the major roads, highways, and principal streets in Accra. They will be expected to operate within their registered MMDAs. However, tricycles, next week we will be announcing measures to deal with that menace on the motorway. Mr. President, in furtherance of the motor traffic regulations, the following is directed. Whilst we wait for the 2 months moratorium, all unlicensed motorbikes will not be allowed to operate within the city, and police are already handling that for us. All riders and parallel riders should wear helmets, protective gears. No motorcycle should carry more than 2 riders. This is expected to reduce the robbery menace with motorcycles in the city. Finally, Mr. President, Abiasuma, Niga, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my fervent hope that at the end of the day, we will have a cleaner Accra and healthier residents, enforcement of law and order, decongested streets with better traffic flow, traders selling at designated places, and the more disciplined residents. In addition, businesses, investments, and tourism will thrive. Once again, Mr. President, let me use the opportunity to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve the good people of Greater Accra. God bless us all. The Honorable Henry Corte, Greater Accra Regional Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause.
Regional Minister Henry Corte, prior to the launching of the Operation Clean Your Frontage, which will be done shortly by President Akufo-Addo, and he's been sending some signals and warnings to people who would refuse to keep their frontage clean. He says if you own the house, you are responsible for doing that. Once this bylaw is launched, you will be caught up, and the sanction regime is quite severe. So President Akufo-Addo will be taking the stage very soon, and will take you live back to the Independence Square for you to have a feel of what the president will be saying. Well, let's go back to the Independence Square because President Akufo-Addo is about to launch that law.
Metropolitan, municipal, district chief executives, members of parliament, and members of parliament select committees, Niga, King, Teku, Takichu, the second, Nume, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very good day in the life of Accra. For the first time in 20 years, the President of the Republic was able to go and visit the lawfully installed, official, gazetted government chair in his palace in Kaneshie. We thank God for that development. That at long last, all the squabbles and disputes about who should succeed Niamugi have come to an end, and that we have this fine young man as the new government chair. Call on everybody in Accra, especially the chiefs of Accra, the members of parliament in Accra, municipal, metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives of the Greater Accra region, opinion leaders, all the citizenry, to give him the maximum support so that his reign is successful and he helps bring peace and prosperity to Greater Accra. On this same day, I have the great honor to come and launch Operation Clean Your Frontage. I was born in Accra, not far from here, in Swalaba. I grew up in Kolewoko and in Adabraka, and finally in Nima. So me, I'm an Accra boy. When we were growing up and independence, Accra was a city of 250,000 people, and our nation, Ghana, was a nation of 6 million people. Today, according to the latest census, we are 30,800,000 in Ghana, 5 times what we were at independence. And Accra is a city of some 5 million people. Those statistics alone tell you the challenge we have about utilities, services, and sanitation in our capital city. A challenge which can only be overcome not just by the logistics and the bylaws and the rules of engagement, but also by a change in our attitude and behavior. That is why I said at the beginning of my first mandate, it was my determination that by the end of my period as president, Accra would be the cleanest city in Africa. What we are doing today, the launching of Operation Clean Your Frontage, is an essential step to making that commitment about Accra being the cleanest city in Africa become real. You've heard from the ministers, especially from the regional minister, all the various measures that have been put in place, including the logistical resources that have been assembled. And we have heard also of the coalition of all different sections of our community, both in the public and private sectors, about the cooperation that they are going to have to show in order for us to make Operation Clean Your Frontage a success. And a success it must be. I want to pay tribute to all of those who have worked hard to make this day possible. Regional Minister, his assistants in the local government system, the collaborating ministers and ministries, the private sector operators, led by that extraordinary Ghanaian businessman, Joseph Sian Ajipong, Executive Chairman of Zoomlion Limited. The members of Parliament on both sides of the political divide have come together in an unprecedented manner here in Accra. I'm sharing the same platform with my good friend Neil Ante van der Poel and others to make this day possible. All of you, Aiko, Fenya Boamodewa. So with those words, and with a call to the Almighty God to bless our enterprise, I have the great pleasure, the great honor in launching Operation Clean Your Frontage. May God bless us all and our homeland Ghana and make us great and small. Thank you.
The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ladies and gentlemen, a resounding round of applause. We thank you, Mr. President, for all you call on us to do. We shall do the needful and make you proud. The greatest beneficiaries of this project, ladies and gentlemen, are the good people of Accra. Mr. President, honorable ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if it pleases you, allow me to grant the last words for this afternoon to the King of this great city. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Majesty, King Taki Tekotru II Ga Manche.